O ngayon, ayaw nila sa foreign policy na nakikipag-agreement tayo militarily with Japan kasi ang gusto nila, mahina lang tayo. So ito yung mga laman ng balita. Robin Padilla says, Bato de la Rosa, number 3 senator, must be allowed to serve online. Dito yung balita na nga. Ibigay ko muna yung report na sabi dito, maging sino man na senador hanggat walang final conviction, sabi ni Robin, ibig sabihin hindi pa kriminal ang tao. Kaya dapat gawin niya ang mandato niya dahil binoto siya ng mga Pilipino. Pinos niya may nagtatrabaho, construction worker. Sa isang Facebook post, muling sinagot ni Senador Erwin Tulfo ang planong pagpayag sa pagboto at pagdalo sa sesyon online ng mga senador. Sabi ni Erwin Tulfo, ito ang isa sa mga boss naming
nagbabagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu ng lipunan. Bulsa! Opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Bulsa! What you see is what you get. You decide.
Ano po mga kababayan, musta po kayo, si Dante Maravillas. So pag-usapan naman natin mga kababayan ngayong umaga, yung naging visit ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Japan kasi under attack na naman yung ating Pangulo. Sinisiraan, natural, wala man ibang grupo. Kung hindi yung anti-government na dati, yung mga DDS man lang po. Yung Duterte diehard supporters. Pero yung ibang DDS po, yung Dante diehard supporter, walang problema. Ibigay ko sa inyo yung developments ng pagbisita ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Japan kasi sinisira na naman po ng mga DDS. Isipin ninyo, sinabi ni Panelo, nabanatan yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos.
Spread ka na naman. Meron mo lang yung kaya. Laki ng problema ng bansang ito. Nagpapasarap ka na naman sa Japan, Mr. President.
Papasarap daw yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Japan. Ang daming problema daw dito sa Pilipinas. Yung ating Pangulo, lumarga pa Japan, nagpapasarap. Fake news, kabayan. Unang-una, yung ating Pangulo pumunta sa Japan kasi in-invite ng Japanese government. Hindi po nagbabiyahe yung ating Pangulo na walang imbitasyon. Pumupunta sa kung saan-saan tulad ni Sara Duterte. Tahimik kayo kay Sara Duterte na kung saan-saan bansa pumupunta, wala man invitation.
Attorney Sal, any comment po sa kanila?
Nagpapakalat na naman po ng fake news. Nagpapasarap daw sa buhay. Yan o.
Nagpapasarap ka na naman sa Japan, Mr. President.
Attorney Sal, any comment po sa kanyang pagbisita sa Japan?
Unang-una, anong ginagawa niya sa Japan? Ano naman?
Anong ginagawa daw sa Japan? Inimbita nga ng Japanese government, mismo ng emperador ng Japan. Si Sara ba, inimbitar inimbita ng gobyerno ng Netherlands. Hindi pa niya nakakausap yung kahit municipal councilor man lang sa Netherlands. Kahit siguro district councilor. Anong mga posisyon dyan sa Japan o sa Netherlands, mga kababayan?
Pwede naman uli yung ipadala ang ating ambassador.
Paano ipadala yung ambassador na personal na in-invite si President Bongbong Marcos? That is a disrespect to the emperor. Yung emperador mismo ng Japan yung nag-imbita. Kung kayo nasa posisyon, ganun yung gagawin ninyo. Sigurado. Kaya lang, si Digong, ang nag-invite lang, ilan lang yung nag-invite sa kanya. Si Jinping, o ngayon, ayaw nila sa foreign policy na nakikipag-agreement tayo militarily with Japan kasi ang gusto nila, mahina lang tayo. Kasi pag mahina tayo, aabante, patuloy na aabante at babarasuhin tayo ng China. Huwag kayong nakikinig sa kanilang mga propaganda. Nabudol na tayo noong panahon na ang sabi ng mga anti-government forces, hindi man mag-intensyon sa atin yung China. O ano na tayo ngayon? After na umatras yung, di ba nag-establish ng military base yung China dito sa South China Sea? Napaalis pa natin, di ba hindi na? So itong Chinese government, nagpupundo sila ng mga grupo para isulong yung kanilang interest to weaken our security. Kaya pag nagpauto kayo, mga kababayan, sa kanilang mga propaganda, talo ka. Ito, Filipinos protest against defense cooperation. Pinondohan nito sigurado with Japan. Tulad ng mga protest laban mga kababayan sa ating Mutual Defense Agreement with America. Tama po. So ganon. Kaya walang tigil sa panggugulo kasi hanap buhay nila yan. The demonstration coincided with Philippine President Marcos' departure for Japan, where he is scheduled to meet with Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi and sign several agreements on defense and energy while also looking to further upgrade bilateral relations. In recent months, Japan has taken multiple steps toward military expansion during U.S.-Philippine joint military exercises early May. Japanese self-defense forces launched land-based anti-ship missiles. The first time that Japan has fired offensive-type missiles from Philippine territory since the World War II. Ayaw nila ng ganito na magpalakas tayo ng ating defense and with our defense cooperation with Japan and other countries like America. Kasi ang intensyon nila, dapat tayo mahina lang. Pag mahina, kaya kang i-manipulate. Yun ang policy ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, kaya galit sila. Kung hindi mga traidor itong mga nagpa-participate na mga Pilipino sa ganitong mga gawain, anong tawag po ninyo? Tama po, mga kababayan. Kaya huwag kayong nagpapaniwala dito sa mga sinasabi nila. At pati itong paninira ni Panilo.
Ang ating Secretary of Foreign Affairs, kung ano pa nga mga dapat na ayusin o magtratang bubuuin doon, eh pwede naman yung mga...
Ba't kasi nakikialam kayo? Yung inyong gobyerno, administrasyon ni Digong, lumipas na.
Ang rating ng SWS, minus 15 na siya. It's a drop of, kung hindi tayo nagkakamali ito, or 13%.
Yes, attorney.
Kaya ang laki ng pinagsak. Hindi po ba na nare-realize ng taong bayan ay discontento, dismayado sa kanyang panunungkulan. Kung walang mangyayari niya sa ginagawa niya, talagang lalong siya na ngayon ang pinakamababa. Ewan ko kung mas mababa pa yung presidente. Pero
Fake survey nga ng mga DDS. Social Weather Station, mga kababayan, yung reference yun ng survey. Pag nagpapaniwala kayo, possibly nagpundo niyan China or mga businessmen supporting the cause ng China, hindi na ninyo kami mauuto sa mga pa-survey ninyo. Yung ating Pangulo, tuloy lang sa kanyang trabaho. Ang concern ninyo kung paano makabalik pa rito, dapat si Digong na malabo na. Tulungan mo na lang, Panelo, at saka yung mga abogado ni Bato de la Rosa na pinupuna mo na mali yung mga strategy. O yan tuloy, si Bato, nagtago na at pinipilit ni Robin Padilla na kahit nasa pagtago, mag-session pa para tuloy yung sweldo. But anyway, yung ating Pangulo has, a rockstar appreciation sa mga Filipinos na nandun sa Japan. Talagang sinalubong ng masigabong palakpakan. Hindi lang yung mga kababayan, mga Filipino ang talaga grabing natuwa, kundi pati yung parlamento ng Japan. Ito, ipakita ko sa inyo mga kababayan. At magsasalita yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Pakinggan natin para lalong mag-init yung ulo ng mga DDS. Ayan po. Dito pinalakpakan siya ng todo ng parlamento ng Japan. Ayan ang ating poging-poging presidente. Di ba?
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Takaichi Sanai, the Honorable President of the House of Councilors, Sekiguchi
Ba yan? Naglo-loading po.
Sazaku, the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mori Esuke, the Honorable Members of the National
May nang...
Diet, including the members of the Japan-Philippines Parliamentary Friendship League, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor that I bring the warmest greetings from the Filipino people to this citadel of democracy and to the people of Japan. 70 years have passed since our two countries decided to restore normal diplomatic relations, determined to write a new chapter in our shared history, anchored not in the shadows of the past, but in the promise of a partnership for the future. The relationship between the Philippines and Japan is, at its core, a story of transformation, from reconciliation to deep mutual trust. After the war, President Elpidio Quirino chose the path of reconciliation, guided by the belief that, after all, destiny has made us neighbors. We made peace with the past. And so, on July 23, 1956, the Philippines and Japan normalized diplomatic relations. Japan's reparations became the starting point of a partnership that steadily built confidence and goodwill. The Official Development Act of 1996 enabled these reparations to be institutional.
May nang naglo-loading siya. Umiikot. Ikot.
Channeled towards long-term development. From reparations to aid, we have built a robust economic relationship, intensified by the Philippines-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement, the Philippines' first free trade agreement. Today, Japan stands as the Philippines' leading source of investments. This strong economic foundation has matured into a relationship anchored in mutual trust. It now enables both countries to work in a more complex and strategic area, including security, maritime and defense cooperation, resilient supply chains, and emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and space. 70 years after reconciliation, we have reached a point where mutual trust is no longer just a result of our partnership. It is the very force that drives our relations above and beyond. As this trust reaches new heights, it gives us both the confidence and the means to work together towards peace, prosperity, and explore possibilities. Today's more interconnected and interdependent economies and societies have brought not only unprecedented opportunity, but also new vulnerabilities, as disruptions in one part of the world ripples across many others. Yet it is in this same moment that human ingenuity, driven in large part by advances in technology, offers us the means to address today's challenges. And paramount among these challenges is the preservation of peace. Peace is the foundation upon which our shared prosperity is built, and from which new possibilities can emerge. From the ashes of war, the Philippines and Japan chose reconciliation over division and cooperation over indifference. That choice continues to define our partnership till today. In an increasingly complex Indo-Pacific, where tensions test the resilience of a rules-based order, our two nations remain unwavering in our commitment to uphold international law, promote stability, and advocate for the peaceful settlement of disputes. We affirm our deep respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and our fundamental belief that all states, regardless of size or power, are equal, have a voice, and are free to pursue their development in accordance with international norms and law. As maritime democracies, The Philippines and Japan are committed to strengthening maritime security and ensuring that our seas remain open, secure, and governed by rules, not by force. The Philippines remains at the forefront of upholding a rules-based maritime order. In July of this year, we marked the 10th anniversary of the Arbitral Award on the South China Sea, which embodies the Philippines' determination to resolve disputes through peaceful means and mechanisms that are provided under international law. This mutual commitment to peace extends beyond our seas and into our local communities. Japan's steadfast support for peace and development in Mindanao, in the southern Philippines, continues to help uplift a region long affected by instability and by conflict. We recognize Japan's contributions to international peace, and we value our growing strategic partnership that reflects not only common interests, but common principles as well. This partnership finds concrete expression in our deepening defense and security cooperation through frameworks such as the Reciprocal Access Agreement, the Acquisition and Cross-Servicing Agreement, and Japan's Official Security Assistance Program, which supports the Philippines in enhancing its maritime domain awareness and defense capabilities. Our cooperation demonstrated in humanitarian assistance and disaster response when our nations stand ready to help one another in times of crisis, as well as in law enforcement collaboration where we work together to combat transnational crime and promote maritime safety. In all these areas, our partnership reflects a shared commitment not only to security, but to being responsible members of the international community. We are duty-bound to preserve a peaceful world where nations can thrive and our peoples can realize their full potential. For it is on this foundation of peace that prosperity takes root, and where our partnership continues to deliver real, tangible progress. Honorable members of the Diet, in all my visits to your beautiful country, I have experienced the warmth extended by the people of Japan towards the Philippines. I am pleased to say that this warmth is deeply reciprocated by the Filipino people, brought about in no small measure by Japan's efforts to support Philippine development. These contributions have fostered lasting goodwill and deepened mutual trust between us. Japan has played an indispensable role in the Philippines' economic journey. It is consistently among our top trading partners, a leading source of foreign direct investment, and our largest provider of development assistance, supporting infrastructure, connectivity, and human development that have transformed lives across our archipelago. At the same time, the Philippines contributes to Japan's economy through the steady supply of high-quality agricultural products and through the dedication of nearly 360,000 strong Filipino community supporting key sectors in Japan, including healthcare, education, manufacturing, agriculture, and services. The Philippines-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement, concluded 2 decades ago, underpins our economic engagement. As our bilateral cooperation expands into new frontiers such as digital innovation, energy transition, resilient supply chains, and smart agriculture, we must modernize the framework to meet rapidly evolving geo-economic realities. In this regard, promoting security must be a mutual priority. We must work together to reduce undue dependencies and ensure that progress is not held hostage to disruptions or to coercion. For our goal must not only be to build strong economies, but also to create inclusive and equitable opportunities that improve lives today and for generations yet to come. Honorable members of the Diet, as the Philippines and Japan commemorate 70 years of normalized relations, we look ahead with confidence and purpose. The theme of this milestone, weaving the future together, sets the course for our relationship for the next 70 years. Like threads carefully interlaced, our shared experiences, values, and vision must be directed to come together to form something even stronger and more responsive to the shifting tides of our time. The possibilities before us are vast and are already taking shape. We see this in our growing multi-sectoral engagement on emerging technologies, including in clean energy, artificial intelligence, and space cooperation, ensuring that innovation serves humanity and supports sustainable and inclusive development. There is also significant potential for deeper collaboration between our defense and critical minerals industries, which will not only strengthen our capabilities, but also spur human resource development and technological advancement. Both in substance and in form, we have been laying our bilateral ties as a foundation and a node for expanded cooperation with like-minded partners, including the United States. Within ASEAN, which the Philippines has the honor to chair this year, and to whom Japan has been a long-standing and reliable dialogue partner, we continue to promote a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific. In the United Nations and other multilateral fora, the Philippines and Japan stand together in advancing solutions to global challenges, ranging from climate change and health security to conflict prevention and peace mediation. The opportunities to further deepen our people-to-people ties are endless. Among students, artists, scientists, workers, and communities, making our relationship not only institutional, but profoundly human. Honorable members of the Diet, 7 decades of bilateral relations have brought us milestones and new heights. But the past alone is not what sustains this strategic partnership. Instead, it is heeding the call to keep our eyes trained forward to seek bigger, better things for our people and for our region. In this ever-changing world, with fast-paced technological change and a dynamic geopolitical landscape, there are more new opportunities for cooperation than there are challenges. As natural partners, whose partnership was founded on shared values and principles, we will continue working hand in hand for our common aspiration for a region that is peaceful, secure, and prosperous, and where both the Filipino and Japanese people can succeed and thrive. Our story of choosing to build on goodwill and mutual trust in pursuit of a shared future sends out a strong message that transcends our two countries. Our partnership has reached a pinnacle, but yet we continue to aim for higher summits. Let us strive to become an exemplar of strategic collaboration that inspires pathways to peace, shares opportunities towards common prosperity, and seizes new possibilities that redound to the benefit of our nation, our peoples, and the wider Indo-Pacific region. In these halls, you represent and give voice to the will of the Japanese people, for whom Filipinos hold deep friendship and admiration. It is my hope that with openness to what lies ahead, to new ideas, new horizons, and possibilities yet imagined, the Philippines and Japan may continue to build a future worthy of our shared aspirations. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
O, di ba? Standing ovation. Kaya inggit na inggit yung mga DDS. Kasi sa kanila, yung leader nila, yung pumapalakpak sila lang, mga DDS lang, yung mga nandun sa dahig, yung mga oto-oto doon. So ito yung mga laman ng balita. Robin Padilla says, Bato de la Rosa, number 3 senator, must be allowed to serve online. Dito yung balita na nga. Ibigay ko muna yung report na sabi dito. Maging sino man na senador hanggat walang final conviction, sabi ni Robin, ibig sabihin hindi pa kriminal ang tao. Kaya dapat gawin niya ang mandato niya dahil binoto siya ng mga Pilipino. Ang gusto niya, special sila kasi binoto ng tao. Dapat nga, kasi binoto kayo ng tao, dapat sumusunod kayo sa batas. Hindi naman maaari ang ganon. Kaya sabi ni Kiko Pangilinan to. Simple lang ito. Yung kay Laila de Lima, panahon ng COVID at siya ay nakakulong dahil nag-surrender siya sa mga otoridad at nirespeto ang arresting officers, law-abiding. Si Bato walang COVID ngayon, nagtatago at tinakasan ang mga otoridad, lawbreaker siya. Hindi dapat kinokonsente ang isang lawbreaker. Huwag magpaloko sa mga nagkukumpara ng langka sa durian. Tigilan na ninyo ang mga paninira at kasinungalingan ninyong mga trolls na mga bayaran ng mga kurakot na politikong nasa likod nito. Hindi ninyo kaya lokohin ang taong bayan. Correct. Gustong i-compare yung langka sa durian. Si Laila de Lima law-abiding at napatunayan na gawa-gawa lang yung kaso. Law-abiding. Bakit law-abiding siya? Nag-surrender nga. Dapat ganun. Pag law-abiding citizen ka, pasakop ka sa batas. Si Bato, law enforcer siya, dating PNP chief. Pagkatapos siya, nagtatago ngayon. Ano yan? Yan ang problema dito sa mga taong ito. O ngayon, si Tulfo muna. Sabi ni Erwin Tulfo, pinost niya may nagtatrabahong construction worker. Sa isang Facebook post, muling sinagot ni Senador Erwin Tulfo ang planong pagpayag sa pagboto at pagdalo sa sesyon online ng mga senador. Sabi ni Erwin Tulfo, ito ang isa sa mga boss naming lahat na nasa gobyerno, isang construction worker. Lahat ng nasa gobyerno, anya, ito yung boss namin ng mga lahat ng nasa gobyerno. Araw-araw pumapasok at nakabilad sa arawan. Tapos, ang ilan sa amin gusto online magtrabaho, nakakahiya. Correct. Sabi ni Jingo Estrada, kapansin-pansin din na mula ng magpalit ng liderato sa Senado, naging mabilis ang pag-usad ng mga kasong kinasangkutan ng ilang miyembro ng majority bloc. Yan ang post ni kahapon. Mula daw nang magpalit ng liderato sa Senado, ibig sabihin after ng kudita, naging mabilis na ang pag-usad ng mga kasong kinasangkutan ng ilang miyembro ng majority bloc. Diyan yan, Mr. Maravillas, ang analysis mo dyan. Alam nga naman matulog lang yung gobyerno sa mga ginagawa ninyo. Alam ng Marcos administration na ang pagpalit sa liderato ng Senado, ang intensyon ninyo i-shield si Sara. Matutulog lang ba yung gobyerno? Ang gusto ninyo, i-acquit si Sara. Hindi papayag doon ang ating gobyerno kasi alam ng Marcos administration kung gaano kabigat ng pagkakasala ni Sara pagkatapos gusto ninyong i-acquit. Kaya nga kayo gumalaw sa Senado. Siyempre, gagalaw din yung Marcos administration. Ang gusto ninyo, walang gagawin lang, matulog. Siniswerte kayo. Bobo ba yung Marcos administration na walang gagawin? O ngayon, ibigay ko, mga kababayan, sa inyo itong sabi ni Asidre, ni Tingog Party List Representative Asidre. Sabi dito, Asidre urges Senate to prioritize impeachment over flood control hearings. Correct. Kasi unang-una, mga kababayan, nung magsagawa ng investigation yung Blue Ribbon Committee sa pamumuno ni Ping Lacson, nag-prepare na ng report, hindi man sila pumirma. Kaya nga, isinelb na lang ni Ping Lacson kasi ang requirement na pirma, signature mga kababayan, siya, 6 lang yung na-secure. At kasama sa hindi pumirma si Amy Marcos. Pagkatapos ngayon si Amy, kasi kontrolado na nila, member na si Amy ngayon. Vice chairman pa si Jingoy Estrada kasi ang chairman si Tia Cayetano. Vice chairperson si Jingoy pagkatapos si Marcoleta. Kasama sa mga member si Mark Villar, si Bongo, si Chis Escudero. All of this may kasong iniandang kasong plunder, naharap sa plunder case. Can you imagine? Senate Blue Ribbon Committee na mag-iimbestiga sa corruption. Sila mismo naharap sa corruption case. Pero gusto i-resume daw yung investigation kasi ang isasalang nila si Gutesa pagkatapos yung 18 Marines. Gagamitin nila kasi sa propaganda. Gets na ninyo? Kaya ito yung panawagan po ni Asidre. King of Party List Representative Jude Asidre said, the Senate should focus its efforts on its constitutional role as an impeachment court instead of reopening hearings on the controversial flood control issue. Correct. Dapat ganon. According to Asidre, the Senate should prioritize proceedings related to the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte rather than conduct hearings that could distract the public and shift attention away from impeachment process. Yun talaga yung intention nila. Magsasabayin nila para magkaroon ng distraction. Magsasagawa sila ng hearing sa impeachment. Pero may hearing din sila sa committee. Doon magpapasabog sila ng kung ano-anong controversy para i-divert yung atensyon ng tao. Para sabihin lahat man anya korap. Tao hindi na magseryoso. Gusto nila ma-overwhelm. I-confuse yung isip ng publiko. So parehas man lang pala niya. So hindi na soseryosohin ng mga tao yung impeachment proceedings. He emphasized that the same standard applied in the impeachment proceedings should also govern the handling of flood control allegations, particularly in allowing evidence to guide the process while observing due process in avoiding politically motivated timing. Yan po ang sabi ni Asidre. Anyway, yun na lang po, mga kababayan, kasi 2 hours na tayo nag-uusap. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Bukas naman, ako po si Dante Maravillas. God bless. Bye-bye. Framing and lifting cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Neng siya red mixed fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayos niya, Mr. Maravilla. Sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab car rental din po kami. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.